Hi all, welcome back to Hibiscus Hatcheries. It's a very rare occasion, but we're in the kitchen and I'm going to be showing you how I prepare this special meal. So to start off with, I'm going to show you how I deal with a Punga, Napolis, I think it's pronounced. We don't really have many Mexicans in New Zealand, so Spanish isn't one of my strong points. You'll probably argue my accent is a bit difficult to understand with some of you people overseas. So I use a pair of surgical clamps to just pull out any large spikes. Same again in New Zealand, it's difficult to get varieties that are pure. So anyway, getting back to what we do. So in the beginning of the season, so we're just into the beginning of autumn, what I do is we mix up chaff, which is meadow chaff. That helps with the lower intestine. We have Missouri. This is a 5-to-1 recipe. It's extremely difficult to get into this country. In this country, it's just started to be supplied, which is great. We don't have a huge industry in reptiles and reptile keeping in New Zealand, especially tortoises. So I will let that there soak for a bit. I'm soaking the Missouri and the meadow chaff. I know a few of you have difficulties understanding my accent, let alone just my gibberish. So that's soaking. What we're doing today is we're preparing. It's been about a month, I think, since the last time I fed them. This mix up because they get a good diet anyway. They graze on plantain, cloves, dandelions, oregano. We supplement their food on a daily basis with butylon, I think it is called, Chinese lantern trees or lucky lanterns. They're brilliant. They can eat the leaves and the flowers. We have mulberry today, which is good for calcium. We seldom feed this out to them. We do from time to time. We mix it up. We also have cuttlebone or cuttlefish bone just lying around the yard for them to chew on to bring in the calcium. So that's got calcium. Pretty sure this stuff's got calcium in it to a point. This has calcium in it, so that's really good. We don't need to over calcium. We don't have to do. And this is just hibiscus leaves and some hibiscus flowers. That's all we're putting it into today. So make sure that this is well soaked. So this is for the adults and the juveniles. So it's amazing. I'm not going to go into what's in Missouri. It basically seems to be one of the only, just rinsing off, I don't know why, there's no sprays or anything in our garden, but I'll just rinse off the mulberry leaves. Better get a knife out, just dry my hands. So welcome to the kitchen. Oh dear, cooking for tortoises. Don't know if, yeah, it's cooking. Salads are cooking. So I will just slice that all up nicely. Oh, lovely julienne, rough cut julienne, like that. Wow, 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 wow. Mix it all through. There we go. Take it on, end on. They're big tortoises. Hopefully I'll be horrified if I cut myself, but no doubt on camera, it's the type of things you do. So anyway, that's the mulberry leaves all dealt with. They can go in, just like that. We'll get the hibiscus, give them a bit of a rinse down. I don't know why I'm rinsing them down, as I said before. Maybe that's just a technique I use when I'm making salads for us. And it doesn't really hurt. So, there we go. I don't need to put these added greens and flowers in it, they'll eat it anyway. I just like to bulk it up. Give them a lot more natural sort of fresh food as well. The big thing with a puntia or napa, I prefer a puntia, I can use. So prickly pear is the variety we try and have. Is the prickless variety, which they still have prickles. Let's give that a rinse for now. The hibiscus, looks like I might need a bigger bowl. Alright, I've got one of those. We'll deal with the hibiscus flower next. Put that in there. Hibiscus flowers generally come with a lot of ants, so I will actually get the mixing bowl out. My lovely wife is at work, so don't tell her that I'm doing these things in the kitchen. But anyway, she'll get to see, no doubt. She already knows. So the hibiscus are all same thing. We don't cut these up on a daily basis. It's only for this meal that we make up that we ever cut anything up for them. They just get flowers put on the ground. Basically anywhere really, so they can graze at their own will. With the Missouri, it seems to be something in it, and I'm pretty sure it's the cornstarch that is not necessarily good for them, but it does make them come running. And this is the big thing with tortoises. Yeah, they will eat lots of things that is not technically good for them. Doesn't mean that you should feed it to them. It's much like fast food for humans. Shouldn't feed it to them. So when I'm saying that, the only thing that we do feed to them that is commercial to a point, because meadow chaff is just dried meadow, chopped up meadow grasses. As I understand, we get it from our local saddlery. So we are bordering on rural, not major, you know, there's still quite a few suburbs in between us and a suburb or two in between us and farmland. But we are smacking suburbia, and this is what this channel is a little bit about, really. So when it comes to touching a puntia, I use tongs, and I also use a welder's glove. So and a fork to slice it. I'm in two minds what I'm going to do between grating today. Why not? We'll do a bit of grate. I'll take that piece off. That can be sliced. So to plant one of these, you just need to leave this to dry for a few days like that, and then plant it 2/3 or 1/3 or halfway. The more you can plant into the ground, the better they're going to take off full sunlight. And then just like that, just grate it in. That's a bit messy. I'm not a big fan, you know. It's alright. For some reason, when I put these welding gloves on, I always get prickles. I'm not too sure why. But I think, well, I'm not too sure. But anyway, so that's it. Just like that. So they really like a puntia too. I don't feed it to them a lot. I find especially margarita, are one of our big Mediterraneans. Earlier in the season, I feed this probably once a fortnight, and I feed them this mixture once the girls have, if one of the girls have laid, I make up a mixture like this too, just to add any nutritional things that they need. And I'll sometimes grate in a little bit of cuttlefish as well that just uses that bit there, or there's a finer, I've got a different, what is it? A different grater, and that has a fine grater on it, and that works really, really well to grate a little bit of cuttlefish in. Not doing that today, it's on the other side of summer. So you lovely people in the Northern Hemisphere will be just starting your season, and our lovely little tortoises are coming. It's all coming to a bit of a finish before brumation over here. Not majorly, we're still a few months out. We're sitting at 21, 22 degrees this morning at 9 o'clock. So we had a bit of a cold snap last week. So the other way you can easily do it is get your puntia, lovely knife, and same again, I just use a fork. I like to slice them up nice and finely, just so it mixes well better, mixes better. So there we go. Oh, lovely, lovely, lovely. I haven't had any concerns. I think they're called groats or something like that. Don't quote me on the way that I pronounce spikes for cactuses. So there we go. We have a beautiful mix of tortoise food. Okay, I'll let you in on a bit of a secret. I'm an ex-chef. I chef for maybe 2 years. I got my qualifications. I don't pretend to be a great chef or anything like that. I worked in a really good restaurant for a while, but now all I do is enjoy making food for my family and friends, and every so often I show my skills on YouTube, anyway, so funny, but here we go. So this is the beautiful, wonderful, this salad, oh, to die for. Hopefully not. It'd be probably quite edible for us. We drink hibiscus, dried hibiscus and water. It's quite good for iron, as I understand. And there we go. It is a lovely, great mix. So we have a little amount for Miracle. She only needs a tiny, tiny amount. So, well, as of yesterday, today's a bit muggy and overcloud, but yesterday was a nice, warm, sunny day. So I've started to put 3 of the babies, the hatchlings, out with her. They could go out, there's no problem. There's not, they're bigger than her now. So this is for the adults. I'll probably put 2 down for the adults. It means they so you might see in the clips later, this is for the juveniles. They love it. They get right into it. So, and there's 8 of them in there. It sounds like we don't normally rehome our tortoises once we have named them, but there's been a very unfortunate situation happen where a lovely young lady has purchased one of our tortoises, and then she decided to buy a cheap tortoise. No, what do you say? And we didn't have any at the time. Well, we sort of did, but I wanted to keep it. She's came back to us. The tortoises have the same father but different mothers, and we're probably going to rehome Antonia for her. We wouldn't normally do that. We're wanting to keep, that was the last of the tortoises. We kept Antonia to be a companion as Miracle was growing up, because as we sold off all the other Hermans, Miracle wouldn't have anybody to hang with. So what we did was we kept one, and she's come back and asked very nicely. I've consulted with Storm to see if we're allowed to sell Antonia, and the lovely lady's thinking about, we'll see what happens. So that's one story. So Miracle will have Montana. Miracle 50-50 what I'm going to do with promotion with Miracle this year. She's still very small. She's still the size, well, she's now I think slightly smaller than the hatchlings, which are only a couple of months old. So she had an interesting beginning. You know, I accidentally opened the egg. Oh, this is looking a lot. So no doubt they will polish it off. I can almost guarantee Margarita will climb all over one of these dishes. What she does is she starts on this side and she starts eating, and her whole body covers it so the others can't eat it. That is pretty funny. I'll see if I can capture that for you, but there we go. Almost good enough for humans to eat, maybe. Definitely, probably what I should be eating, to be fair. There we go. All nice and clean, or rinsed at least. You might notice we have a pretty industrial looking stainless steel bench because it is a commercial stainless steel bench. I made the kitchen myself. And there we go. That's tortoise salad for you. Have a great day. I hope you get as much entertainment as I do making these videos and cooking for you. But anyway, so I hope that's slightly educational. I'll show you some clips of them getting into it. Have a great day. So, that was exciting. No, but anyway. Next feeding, so you got to stay tuned. Make sure you ring the bell and subscribe, because that's what we want you to do. And the next feeding is to see if Mark gets bitten or not, hand feeding the water dragons. So we'll just see about that. Hopefully not, but yeah, I'm trying to spend a bit more time with the water dragon. It's very difficult. Talking about bitten. What the hell do you think you're doing, buddy? Hey? Punga pants? You've had a big feed. And she's not one of your Punga. No. Bad boy. We don't do that, do we? Otherwise we get solitary confinement, especially not on her sore leg. Please don't. Do I have to move you now? I know she's being all over zealous and all the rest of it. But you'll get solitary. I have no issues on that one. So, Punga's a little bit like our Hannibal Lecter. He's not a big fan of me. Oh yeah, but you do respond to verbal commands pretty well, don't you? And threats. Just leave her alone. I know your little mind. I will put you somewhere else. How's that? Why don't we you've had enough food. Those two are gonna try and compete with the food. And you don't have to do that though, do you? Let's just move around a little bit and get you. You make lots of, you should be happy now, shouldn't you? Come on, let's get you over here, my mate. We'll put you in hatch care, because then you won't get confused and you can just chill out there.